Okay, I have three tonight for the day 10 of the Valentines Ukulele Challenge. The prompt is a song about wine or drinking or something. Tea, that's what I drink, and water. But I do have a few songs. I've got to say they're all kind of melancholy, I guess is the right word. They're not exactly Irish drinking songs. We'll put it that way. My mother would be very disappointed. Okay, so this first one is a song that I wrote for a friend of the family. I would say she's my daughter's friend, but once we're adults, we're all friends, which is very, very cool. Anyway, this is called If Someone Had Asked Her, and this is for Lizzie. And I did send her a video of this once, and I gotta tell you, it was really... took a lot of nerve on my part to send her the video. Okay, anyway. Okay. Making mistakes was a habit, one of her addictions. Some people wrote her off as she battled her demons. Hit rock bottom, then worked on getting clean. She can tell you when she started, she'll tell you it never ends. If someone had asked her 10 years ago, she wouldn't have predicted this day, neither would they. Been clean for 10 years, been married for one. In just a few days, she'll become a mom. She found the right reason, found the right person, found out who her friends really were. If someone had asked her 10 years ago, she wouldn't have predicted this day, and neither would they. It wasn't the future they could see for her. It became the future when she decided it could be. She remembers how much she hurt and the pain she caused. She knows how far she's come. She counts the years and months. If someone had asked her 10 years ago, she wouldn't have predicted this day, and neither would they. If someone asked her the same question today, she'd have a different answer. someone had asked her, and I got to meet that baby. Oh my God, little Junie, I met her last summer. Oh God, what a sweetheart. She's over a year old now. I actually wrote that song the night before Junie was born. And the really cool thing is Junie's Hebrew name is named after my daughter. How cool is that? Obviously, Lizzie was a very close friend. Okay, so I've got two more songs, and so this is a song. I'm going to do two songs that I get asked to play a lot by a couple of different people. The first one is Birches by Bill Morrissey. Oh my God, this song. If you want to study songwriting, read the lyrics to this song. It's absolutely amazing. He uses the same 4 chords for the whole, or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 chords. It's the same chord pattern. There is no chorus and no refrain in this song. And it just at least it grabs me, and I can't listen to it enough. It's called Birches, and yes, there is wine in here. Sort of. Yes, there is. They sat at each end of the couch and watched as the fire burned down, so quiet on this winter's night, not a house light on for miles around. Then he said, I think I'll fill the stove, it's getting time for bed. She looked up, I think I'll have some wine. How about you, she asked, and he declined. Warren, she said, maybe just for tonight, let's fill the stove with birches and watch as the fire burns bright. How long has it been? It's been quite a while. Pour yourself half a glass and stay with me a little while. And Warren, he shook his head as if she'd made some kind of a joke. Birches on a winter's night, no, we'll fill the stove with oak. Oak will burn as long and hard as a July afternoon. Birch will burn itself out by the rising of the moon. And you hate a cold house, same as me, am I right or not? All right, that's true, she said. It was just a thought. Then she said, Warren, you know you do look tired. Maybe you should go up to bed. I'll take care of the wood tonight. Oaky told her, Oak, she said. She listened to his footsteps as he climbed up the stairs. Then she pulled a sweater on her and she set her wine glass on a chair. She walked down to the cellar, to the wood box. It was cold as in an ice chest. Then climbed back up with 4 logs, each as white as a wedding dress. And she filled the stove and poured the wine. Then she sat down on the floor. She curled her legs beneath her life once more. And it filled the room with its hungry light, and it cracked as it drew air, and the shadows danced a jittery waltz like no one else was there. She stood up in the heat, and she twirled around the room, and the shadows, they saw nothing but a young girl on her honeymoon. And she knew the time it would be short, soon the fire would start to fade. She thought of heat, she thought of time, she called it an even trade. Birches by Bill Morrissey. I mean, you can read that last stanza so many different ways. She knew the time it would be short, soon the fire would start to fade. She thought of heat, she thought of time, she called it an even trade. Wow. Probably stop there and let that marinate, but the other song that kind of goes with that one in a way is by Michael Peter Smith, who passed away a couple of years ago, and Steve Goodman recorded this, and I guess you could say he had a hit with it. This one has whiskey in it, a little whiskey, not a lot, not Nancy whiskey, just a little whiskey. It's called the Dutchman. And I realized everything I'm playing tonight is finger picky, but that's okay. Let's see, so what should I do for an intro? The Dutchman's not the kind of man his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. That's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the morning, Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes him. He thinks tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are patched with love that Margaret sewed in. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks that he's alone and calls her name. Let us go to the bank He winds his muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name, she makes the bed up, humming some old love song. She learned it when it was very new. He hums a line or two, they hum together in the night. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman. Thanks for listening. And to those who celebrate, happy Valentine's Day.